And welcome to this next episode of Below the Cap. I'm your host, Ryan Platsky. I get. Oh, also, I want to begin with apologizing on the lack of uh, posting of episodes of recent. 100% my fault. I've just been trying to. I've been trying to get everybody to record episodes with me at the same time, and that hasn't really been it. We haven't really been able to pull that off. So I've been holding back on posting episodes because I feel bad just doing them by myself because it's supposed to be like our thing. You know what I mean? Like we're all friends from school and stuff, so I feel bad like in quotes cutting them out of episodes and stuff, but I'm probably going to start doing more of them on my own if they're not able to do it with me at the time where I'm trying to record them. Uh with that said, you know, I'm actually going to visit Anthony tomorrow. So, cuz he's going into the Navy and stuff, it's going to be like a goodbye thing cuz he's going to be off the show for like a while while he goes into basic. So that's going to be really cool. Uh Make sure you give a listen to that. And and yeah. And yeah. So I'm going to get right into it while since I'm just on my own. And okay. Okay. Topic number 1. Uh for those of you who don't know, the Lakers have lost in 6 games to the Phoenix Suns. Uh, for one, and in my opinion, it's for one of two reasons. Reason number one, the biggest, honestly, uh, LeBron gets 90% of the blame. No, he gets 80%. LeBron gets 80% of the blame for them losing in 6. Frank Vogel gets 15% of the blame because in game 5, he started a starting lineup that has never played together ever in that has never been a starting combo. It was like LeBron, Schroeder, Morris, Gasol, and I think Caruso, and I think a Caruso or Kuzma, a fucking stupid ass starting 5 which had no right being on the floor together, and Montrezl Harrell was just healthy scratches for no reason, reigning 6th man of the year, and he just was absent in the series for literally no good reason, and in a series where they needed a second big man to step up because DeAndre Ayton was playing very well and AD was hurt, and Gasol is not the answer. Marc Gasol is just not the answer, and to be honest, really Andre Drummond isn't either. But for whatever reason, Montrezl Harrell just didn't touch the floor pretty much at all. But I want to go into something. That I am labeling as the LeBron defense. Anthony has pinned me as a, quote, LeBron dick rider constantly on this show, and I am just fucking over it. So, I want to stake my claim as to where I personally rank my top three players of all time, which are Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and then Kobe Bryant at 3. Okay. Kobe, one of the most transcendent players of all time. On paper, kind of statistically, but also from a on the court impact and just attitude standpoint, Kobe Bryant is Michael Jordan 2.0. Straight up, Kobe Bryant had the determination to win. He had a similar. He literally would mimic styles from Michael Jordan. He let his teammates and criticize his teammates the same way Michael Jordan did because he was just in it to win it 100% of the time. 5 titles, numerous first teams, numerous all-star appearances, 81 point, the second highest single player scoring game of all time behind Wilt Chamberlain. And that's impressive for a guy who was playing in an era where if like Wilt is like a top 10 player of all time, but like if he was playing in the today's modern NBA, like he probably wouldn't have scored 100 because like the defense he was playing Wilt was playing against a bunch of like just like skillless white guys and Bill Russell. Like that was Wilt Chamberlain's competition in that era. So it was just kind of like if he was playing in today's NBA, he probably would never have scored 100. Not that I'm trying to discredit the 100-point game that Wilt Chamberlain had, because that is a record that will probably never be broken. But it's like if anyone was gonna like get close to that record, it would be Kobe Bryant, and yeah, like he put 81 up. LeBron James at 2, and I want to make it clear. Well, I'm gonna get to that, but Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. Anthony likes to put words in my mouth and say that I think that LeBron is the GOAT. I do not think that LeBron James is the greatest player of all time. I think he's the best player in the league. But I think that's subject to change. But I'm gonna do Michael Jordan for a second. Michael Jordan, 6 for 6 in the finals. The only playoff series that he has ever lost are the greatest team that Larry Bird has ever been on in the Celtics with. It was him, McHale, Parrish, and Walton. So that was like a practically unbeatable team for a very, very young and Scottie Pippen-less Michael Jordan. And then they lost to, I think, the Celtics again. No, they would lose, and they lost to the Pistons. They lost to the Pistons, who won back-to-back titles both years they beat the Chicago Bulls. Like with Isaiah Thomas and with Dennis Rodman. So it's like and then the other series they lost is when the only other series he lost is when he came out of retirement with like 15-ish games left in the season, pulled them back into the playoffs, and then he just wasn't physically fit enough to play in the NBA because he's been playing baseball for the last season, basically. So he was in baseball shape and not basketball shape. That is the only reason that they lost that series. And like when that's your resume of playoff losses and you just practically steamroll through everybody else except Reggie Miller's Indiana Pacers, like that is pretty like I mean flu game in Utah, like you beat Patrick Ewing and John Stark's Knicks a couple of times. You beat Magic's Lakers, you beat Bird's Celtics, you beat the Pistons after they smack you around twice. You know, it's like that when that's your playoff, just alone Michael Jordan's playoff resume, because like you could go on and on and on about all the other shit that he's accomplished. But when that's your playoff resume alone, like that solidifies you as the greatest player of all time. LeBron James. I want to make this clear. And this is really something that I want to make clear. Not even me specifically, I feel like that people in general can believe that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time, but also appreciate LeBron James and the way he plays basketball. I feel like that is just something that can be done those are two things that can be done at the same time, and I feel like that a lot of people get a lot of shit unnecessarily because that's just how they feel, which makes absolutely no goddamn sense to me at all whatsoever, because like LeBron James, one of the if not the greatest passer ever in the NBA, then he's second or third to Magic Johnson or John Stockton. Like, put the three of them wherever you may please. It is 1, 2, and 3 in that order. He is probably one of the greatest, not the greatest finisher, because you got guys like Jordan, got guys like Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry and I mean, like honestly, and like James Harden. Those are four guys off the top of my head who are some of the greatest finishers at the rim in terms of like layup packages that the league has ever seen. But like in terms of being able to make one move, two moves, and then like bully your way to the basket, LeBron James is the greatest just driver of the basketball that the league has ever seen. He is one. I'm like I was told this recently by like a source who like knows stuff like that, but like I'm pretty sure that LeBron James has a photographic memory, and if not a photographic memory, then like something that is very, 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 very close to a photographic memory. And like, I mean, you can look up clips of him. Like, he can recall play after 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 play in games. He is just he's probably just like the smartest person to ever play the game of basketball. Like he has an unearthly IQ, and he just sees the game on a level that like nobody else has ever been able to visualize basketball on the court. So like he's just, and there's this one video that I saw like a long time ago where it was made like at the time where he went back to Cleveland the second time. And it's like, they're like talking about like drinks, like liquors and stuff. It's called LeBron. And it's like, yeah, like if you put LeBron in any drink, it makes the drink like 10 times better than it already was. And it's just like really funny because like he goes to the Lakers, who were like just one of the shittiest franchises. They were just one of the shittiest teams in the league, and then LeBron shows up, one missed playoff season, boom, title, but then it's like, you know, now they're eliminated in the playoffs, which is what I was trying to circle back to this whole time. Why did the Lakers lose the playoffs? Now you can pin it on it. You can say that it's because Anthony Davis was injured, and that definitely is something that the Lakers are going to have to keep their eye on going into the future. Because, like, honestly, like, if I am the owner of the Lakers, like, if he can't stay healthy, low-key, I'm going to have to trade Anthony Davis and get somebody else. Because, I mean, I watched them start Game 6, and I was stunned. I looked at my phone beforehand. I was like, oh my god, like Anthony Davis is going to start Game 6. Like, I can't believe it. Like, he's probably, hopefully he's not going to leave 5-6 minutes into the first quarter. And then that's exactly what happened. They were only down by like 5. They were really down by like 5, and like it just felt like they were kind of getting warmed up. And then Anthony Davis goes down, and then Devin Booker hits six fucking threes in the first quarter. Like, I've never seen anything like it. 47 points. Like, Devin Booker is Chris Paul is the leader of the Suns, the same way that like LeBron is the leader of the Lakers, right? But Anthony Davis is like the guy that really needs to play well for them to win playoff series. Series is plural. Like when you're competing in the West, when you're competing against centers like DeAndre Ayton and Jokic and Nurkic low-key and Rudy Gobert and who else? What's another like West team that has like a pretty good center? James Wiseman in a couple of years. Oh my god. Not like there's nobody on the Clippers. I'm gonna get to the Clippers later. Low-key Porzingis, but like not really. When you're competing against teams with good centers, like Anthony Davis needs to be healthy. But that's something, even in New Orleans, that was never something that he was able to do because he's never really been healthy, except for when he was playing in Kentucky. When he won a title in Kentucky, that's the only season he was completely healthy for. And it's just like, it's like at a certain point you have to look at it and be like, okay, like he's only gonna get older. Father Time is, if not already here on LeBron's doorstep, or he's like at least pulled up on the curb with the car running.